Hello everyone, and welcome to Excellent Watch. My name is Tim Sturdivant. Today I'm going to be talking about 8 things I love about my Citizen Promaster Eco Drive. And the first one, before I get started, let me do the customary wrist check. I'm wearing my Seiko SKX 007. This is my go-to watch, or it was. I didn't want to wear it so much and potentially scratch it, so I bought this watch. This is now my go-to watch, and I just love it and highly recommend it. So I thought I'd talk to you today about 8 things I love about it. The first thing I love about it is it doesn't need to be wound. And that's just a great relief to me, because so many of my watches in my collection are automatic movements, and if I'm not wearing them, they need to be wound. My SKX, if I'm not wearing it, I have to give it the Seiko shuffle occasionally and make sure that it's not going to run down and stop. So it's just a great pleasure to have a watch, for me, that doesn't need to be wound. You take it out of the box, you put it in direct sunlight for about 10 minutes. It charges it up for 6 months. You set it, you put it on your wrist, and just forget about it as far as setting it again. Just awesome technology, and we'll get to technology in just a moment. The second thing I love about it is the uni-rotating bezel and the bezel design itself. The bezel design itself is very robust looking, very manly looking, as well as the 60-click unidirectional bezel. If the clicks feel very manly. I demonstrated that on another video. I won't bother to do that on this video. But it feels, the movement, the 60-click feels very robust. It feels very manly. It's very satisfying. And it's just awesome. The third thing I love about it is the indices. I love the way that the silver outline is done around the indices, which takes a little bit more trouble. I like that much better than on my SKX. Don't get me wrong, I love my SKX, but I love the extra trouble they went to on this dial, putting that chrome around the indices, which is awesome. The fourth thing I love about it is that orange minute hand. Some people don't like an orange minute hand. I love the orange minute hand. As you can see, I've got it on a NATO strap with orange, and playing with that orange minute hand. Just awesome, and it makes the watch that much more legible. And I just really like that a lot. I really recommend these watches. They are just really cool. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the Loom pip on the second hand. It's very close to the indices, and it's out forward, as opposed to being on the counterbalance like on my SKX. The sixth thing I love about it is the technology. It is powered by solar. It's also powered by artificial light, which I think is awesome. There's a capacitor in there that turns that light into energy and stores it in the power cell. And 10 minutes out in the sun, direct sunlight on a nice sunny day, charges this watch for 6 months. After that period of time, the watch is running down on charge. It automatically by itself recharges and continues to do this through the life of the watch. The seventh thing I love is the signed crown. Watch is much more expensive than this. I paid $162 for this watch, and my SKX does not have a signed crown. And there's other watches that are more expensive than this watch that do not have a signed crown. This is signed with the Citizen Promaster logo. And The next thing I love about this watch is the Loom Is Awesome. I thought Seiko had the best loom. I still love Seiko loom, but this loom right here is just awesome. This blue BGW9 is just fantastic. You can see the loom on the second hand, very close to the indices, and the pip on the unit-rotating bezel is green, which gives you even more delineation between the dial and the bezel, which is awesome. Okay, here's my one dislike. 8 good things to say. 8 good things I love about this watch. The only dislike I have is the date window. It just, you can read it, but it just seems to me that the date wheel should have been closer. My camera focus. The date wheel should have been closer to the surface, because you get in the shadows. At time to time, it's hard to read. So it just looks like the date wheel should have been closer to the surface, or closer, to the, it should have been closer to the surface. That's right. And it would have made it just that little bit easier to read. Other than that, don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic watch, and I really love it. I enjoy wearing it. I highly recommend them. You won't be disappointed, I promise. That's been our video for today. If you liked it, please comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.